What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Civilization 5 AI only Europe battle with the Health and Plagues mod. Some big things happened last video. We saw the Songhai completely turn over a defensive war against Morocco and take 5 cities, and they are now beginning the siege of the Moroccan capital, Marrakesh. Could this be a new power rising in west of Africa? We saw Greece eliminate Germany, Russia. No, I think that was the video before actually, but Russia finished off the Goths practically, or any chance for the Goths. Arabia are now beginning another massive siege in terms of who is going to win this game in the siege of Babylon, and Sweden has won the right to host the World Congress, and France are building up for something pretty big. Denmark, who are holding off a pretty poorly coordinated British attempt at an invasion. It looks like the French may be considering their own invasion very soon, if that isn't, or maybe even Bavaria, but at the moment Bavaria is full of Austrian units and Bavaria's units as well. But we'll be going over the info addicts at the start of the next video, because we should be past turn 300 by then. I'm not sure if we'll be close to turn 300 if we haven't passed it. Probably won't quite be past it. The Huns are also looking ready to be eliminated by the Ottomans, who are a dark horse in this game. They are surprisingly strong, but they need to deal with Byzantium, and as Byzantium go on, you know, they're keeping up technologically, they may be able to survive, and that will be a problem for the Ottomans. Again, the Ottomans have Armenia next to them, who are very strong, Russia to the north. It's soon going to be tough for them, but this is big. Arabia looking ready to take Babylon. 29 population, join, or it'll be about 15, 14 when they've taken it. Looking ready to join the Arabian Empire. That is going to be a big change in the Middle East and East African region of this map. Greece have still got their nice looking colonies going up along the coast. Looks very nice across North Africa. Garamantes, big army, don't know what they're planning to do with it. They're just sort of slowing down. They're stalling a bit. Maybe they should be looking at what's happening in the west and making a move on that. Maybe not. It looks like maybe 2 more cities. Probably, I think Marrakesh will fall just about, and maybe Fez. It will be too much of a stretch for the rest of the cities to go. These sort of area here will stay alive. But are the Songhai going to let the colonies stay? Are they going to let Portugal and Spain keep their colonies in North Africa? Only time will tell. Oh, the Garamantes v the Moors, a naval battle off the coast of Valencia. That would be incredible if the Garamantes managed to pull this off. I don't think they have enough boats here. Just a bit short, really. But are we going to see something from the French? They're lining up this northeastern part of their land. That would be incredible if we saw France continue to be aggressive. We saw a very good start from them, taking out Belgium, taking Basel from Denmark at the time. But maybe it's not going to be Denmark. It does look like Bavaria could be the one that they're going for here, which would be a big move. It's going to be a lot of units dying, because some of the civs are really starting to stack up units now, and you can tell. They're in that era where units... yeah, they're definitely stacking units. Sweden have quite a lot. Here there's just a mess of units. You get further out east, the civs have more space. It doesn't get as bad. You know, Russia have high-tech units. They probably don't need as many numbers-wise in units. They've just got their riflemen, their cannons, just chilling here. Gatling guns. Russia are in a good position. This Greek settler is being very brave. Probably going to join the Swiss and Bavaria out here in settling in the middle of nowhere. Just to annoy Finland, more than likely. Finland, Sweden, I think we're going to see a naval battle. I mean, Finland, if they build more boats, we could see a naval battle. The problem is these 2 cities, former Prussian capital and Magdeburg, are both puppets, so they can't build any units there, which is a problem. But, you know, they've got frigates, so they are technologically ahead of the Swedish. So if there was to be a naval battle, Finland, don't count them out. There we go. France versus Bavaria. Oof, this is going to be big. Also, Britain is finally having some success against Glasgow. The Danish never rebuilt their navy after the Swedish had their successful war. Fez, the small city, has fallen to the Songhai. Marrakesh, it's incredible how expansive. The Songhai just sat here, 4 cities. Morocco declared that offensive war, but the Songhai have just been very efficient, I guess. They just destroyed all the units, and now they're going in for Marrakesh. Like I said, probably stretched too far, these final 4 up here. But yeah, the capital of Morocco is definitely going to fall, in my opinion, to the Songhai. I will put my head out on the block there if it doesn't. Babylon is going to fall if they can get a melee unit nearby, which will take Arabia a while, as it did with Akkad, for whatever reason. But it will happen. And here we go. This is a big war. France, Bavaria. Austria is in the way as well. Bavaria have lots of units. That's the thing. I don't know. Are France expecting help from somewhere else? Are Austria going to join in? Because that would... Okay, Britain is going in now. We saw Britain. They surprised us. Suddenly a big army they had. And now that navy is going to come in handy. Because all of Danish cities except Berlin are coastal. So they could just keep going into continental Europe and really start to take some land. Obviously Glasgow was originally their city. So we're going to see. It's interesting to see how that plays out for the British. And also the French may end up cutting off the British access through the channel. At the moment the British have done well border wise. They've got lucky. They've kept access from east to west, but soon they may have to go all the way around the Celtic lands, and this French tile is going to make even that quite difficult. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. But France, they're not interested in the British. They're more interested in going for Munich, which is a huge city. Like I said, if whoever can take this gets a huge boost and is probably going to become the strongest civ in Western Europe. If it's Denmark, if it's Austria, whoever can get the job done. Finland, no, it's not going to be Finland, but you know, whoever can get it done is going to be very strong because it's such a big amount of land in Central Europe. 22 population, it's a really good city. And there we go, the coalition, Britain, they're chipping away Britain at the Danish shell, and now Sweden and Finland are going for a joint war. Sweden's the big one. It looks like this could be the end for my pick to win of Denmark. But Babylon are still alive. Marrakesh is still there. The Garamantes failed to take Valencia, but there has got to be a war in Iberia soon. You guys, you're getting left behind. The Moors and Spain, they've got to see Portugal and Switzerland are much stronger than that. You know, Switzerland aren't stronger than Spain. They're just in a better location, to be fair. Like Spain have got some good units up. They've got their conquistadors, tercios, so they're not in a bad spot. The Moors aren't too bad, but like I said, they could be so much stronger, but it's going to be tough. And also the Papal States, what are they doing? Looks like they're finally attempting something. Oh, there we go. So the Huns are gone. I mean, they're not gone. They're still wandering around the map, a few units, but Russia and Songhai alliance. That's weird, but bad news, Portugal, your colony may be in trouble, but it's fine. I mean, it's not fine. I mean, as long as Marrakesh doesn't fall, you're fine. You probably won't be fine in a little while, but if the Portuguese navy seems to have been decimated, but if it turns up, maybe, they'll be fine. But yes, the Ottomans took back their original city. It was theirs, so there we go. So the Ottomans looking pretty good out here, looking pretty good. As long as they avoid Russia and Khazar, who are still a dark horse as well. Problem is their location. They are surrounded by Russia pretty much, or they can, and the mountains. I mean, they've got limited options of other than the Ottomans. So, but they've got a lot of units. They're not in trouble in those terms. Could anything big happen here? This is good for the game. This is going to be a grinding away, lots of units lost. It's going to speed up the processing time, which has obviously got me licking my lips in excitement because it is slowing down. It always happens. Also, the British have the privateer. Glasgow's into the red. It looks like the first Danish city will fall. Sweden and Finland. We were talking about a Swedish-Finnish war. It looks like they're going to team up against the Danish. And yes, Kaupang. The race is on. Look at the British. They know what they're doing. They're just waiting for that city to be in the red. Let everyone else do the work, and then their privateer slips in, because they would love a big chunk of continental Europe, and that would throw them right in the mix for top 5 contention to win this game, which would be insane, because they had such a poor start. They failed. I mean, they held off the Celts and failed to invade France so many times, but their worry has got to be the French. I mean, they're ahead of the Celts now, probably just about, but I mean, in terms of tech-wise, it's not too much of an advantage, but in terms of unit number, it's such a big one. It also looks like they may be heading out to settle somewhere. I don't know where they'd go. Maybe Africa. You know, it's unlike world religion's not going to pass, and Wales, you know, banning the trading of Wales isn't a bad thing. 1842. Very close now to the modern era for certain civs, in particular this big yellow blob that is Russia. Looks like they're planning an invasion of somebody. If they invade more people, it's going to be incredible. I think they'll definitely be in the top 5. Safe to say, there would have to be a huge coalition to bring them down. I'd say the Ottomans, the Khazar would have to be in it, minimum. Austria would have to help out. Finland would have to help out. And Greece and Byzantium probably as well would have to contribute down here to have all at once as well to sort of stop or even take cities from this monster, this yellow monster. Vilnius is a very big city, former Lithuanian capital. Very nice city Russia picked up early in the game. They were brave because at the time they only had about 3 cities and they invaded very bravely. So credit to Russia. How are you doing, Iceland? Also, the disease ended. I know there is one going on. This is a pretty cool campaign because, like, the disease thing, it's just sort of a background thing. It's just to mix stuff up. I don't know if it's had a huge impact, but we'll find out. But it's just a cool thing to put in the background. Something else going on other than just a plain Europe battle with 40 plus mods or whatever. Iceland are chilling. They're doing their thing. Keep doing your thing, Iceland. Don't die. The Celts may eventually be weakening. It looks like Britain are going to go for one of these islands. I guess it's an okay place to stick your boats. Okay, so so Denmark is definitely going to lose a lot here. Kaupang is going to fall probably to the Swedish, but Britain are here. If there's a chance, the British will seize it. Glasgow is going to fall very soon. No, there's a privateer here. Well, they can move. That should be fine. Maybe the French tiles in the way, but they should be okay. Glasgow is going to become British. The French are slowly moving in. The units are filtering out. There's more empty tiles than there was, but I don't know whether they'll have any success here. The door is open for someone like mainly Austria to go and do this, because Austria are safe as time stands from Russia. Warsaw not so much, but Vienna's pretty safe. It's surrounded by Greece, but they're probably just, they've caught up with Greece. I mean, Antwerp again, the Gothic city, sort of in the way. It's really going to help Austria. So Austria, this is their time to go for Munich and do something, I guess, because if not, they could get left behind. If Arabia not... Okay, Marrakesh has fallen, so we'll go back to that. Arabia, what are you doing? Hurry up. Arabia's failing to take Babylon, and that is not good for Arabia. But yes, Portugal may still lose Porto to the Songhai, which would be a shame, because Portugal had been doing okay. I mean, they've survived, which is impressive considering the Moors right here were much stronger on paper. But yes, the Songhai, looks like that's the end of their expanding towards Morocco. The former Spanish colony is now Morocco's capital. So Morocco is just a weak African nation now, and the Songhai are now a huge dark yellow blob. It's not really orange, it's dark yellow. This is orange. But how will the Garamantes respond to that? Oh, they're going east. Oh no. Bad news, Mercuria, another small African nation. Looks like you're the target for the Garamantes. I mean, if Egypt could throw in a surprise here. But anyway, people are declaring war on Byzantium. The Celts and Armenia, that doesn't matter at all. But maybe it's the start of a coalition. It would be the Ottomans and Greece that would matter. Or Russia. They're here. They're doing their thing. Of course, the only civ with an ideology so far adopted. There we go. Britain finally retake Glasgow back. Of course, they settled it. Then the French took it. Then the Danish took it. And finally, the British have control of it again. And a chunk of mainland Europe for themselves. Of course, Zurich could be... If they get Zurich as well, then they're going to get some copper, some dyes. They're going to be in a very good position, Britain, if they can get hold of some more. The race for Kaupang is on. But I think once Kaupang falls, Sweden and the Finnish are out here as well. Hamburg, Aarhus. But I think the race is for Copenhagen. You know, 18 population. You're going to get... If whoever controls Kaupang, they need to get control. If Sweden can get both Copenhagen and Kaupang, they're going to get access out for their navy into the main sea. They can attack the Celts from that. They can attack the Garamantes, because they can't at the moment. Unless, yeah, because Rebay is a puppet. So they're pretty much stuck behind the Danish seas, which is a problem for them. Finland and Babylon have peaced out. That is a shame. And it's a good job this is my last recording of a PC video today, because my fingers are starting to die from the mouse. Already just recorded 2 Europa videos. If you have not checked it out yet, awesome Europa Universalis 4 series, go check it out. That would be awesome. I'd be really thankful if you did. Go leave a like, comment, I don't know, go watch the series, see if you enjoy. I'm playing as Muscovy. Won't spoil it any more than that. I can't believe the Songhai. They took 7 cities. That was aggressive. From 4 cities to 11, just like that. We're approaching turn 300, as was the plan. And this is incredible. I mean, to see it, they were evenly matched with Morocco at the start. I said evenly matched. Morocco were behind in tech and behind in units. I think they must have been expecting the Garamantes to join in, and maybe the Garamantes backstabbed them and said no, because I don't get why they do that. They had about 40,000 less troops, Morocco, and they were about 4 techs behind. So the fact that the Songhai, I mean, I didn't expect this, but I expected the Songhai to survive. But this has been incredible, and look at all these Kasbahs that they've just picked up, just a load of castles in the desert. But yes, this is going to be interesting, because the Songhai now, I mean, I said Morocco might come on late, but maybe the Songhai, maybe not. It's probably too late for the Songhai to get in that top 5 civs, but Sumer and Songhai pieced out. Babylon has still not fallen, and with all these trebuchets, Babylon will start to be able to hold on. Arabia, I don't know what you're doing, Harran al-Rashid, but this is going to blow your shot, even winning this game, because I had you up there to potentially win. You know, if anyone other than Russia was going to win, maybe Arabia, but doesn't look like that now. Does not look like that now. They've been awful at taking those cities from Babylon. Okay, the French, they've still got lots of units, but they are struggling. Kaopang's in the red. Zurich is going to be the next target for the British, and Finland are here as well. So Finland, Sweden, Britain. Weird coalition, but it looks like the end for the Danish. The red coat is here. They're making their moves. I don't know what Austria are doing here in Bavarian lands, by the way. They're just sitting here. But the French, not the success they needed. But some units died. That is always good for processing times. As long as they're not building up too much. People like Switzerland, you know, just building up loads of units. That doesn't help. Go on, Vandals. You can do it. You can win. Just believe in yourself. The Greeks have realised there's not much left to settle up there without being in a scary position. So they're just probably going to retreat. I mean, there's still some places in the Italian peninsula you could settle. And obviously Greece may just send the settler down to add to their land in Africa. See, Greece, I think, are still the second. We'll check next video. Don't want to spoil it. But I think Greece is still the second largest civ in land. The Ottomans and Arabia may be pushing that now. Also the French, actually the Songhai, the French, there's quite a few. Ban Wales, I'm not going to do either of those. Sugar and silver have already been banned. Why would you ban sugar? They already got an obesity epidemic in 1852. I don't know. I mean, maybe everyone in Russia is just super obese and they're like, nope, time. Oh my goodness. Okay, so Russia has great war infantry. I think they're pulling ahead. Like, there's no one catching that. We'll find out at the start of next video, but I'm pretty sure Russia are just pulling away. They're not being caught. But, you know, they may just play the role that... They may just go on now, be quiet, and play the role of world policeman, you know. It is domination only, which is... They know that. They know to win. They've got... The AI thinks to win, they've got to conquer everyone's capital. So Russia's obviously got that in their mind, but from our point of view, all they have to do to win is probably hold on to what they're doing. Because it's just on info addicts, so the important info addicts, as I say. What Venice doing here? You're dead. they're just seeking safety in Britain. A Venetian great prophet has been wandering around for 1,000 years, and it's just outside London as the industrial era begins to take place. That would be a fantastic movie. But anyway, outbreak of typhus. Ooh. Interesting. Strikes the 26th population Sumer city, which means the Arabian units are probably going to get infected, which means this invasion is probably going to come to an end without success. Okay, wow. Okay, there we go. For the first time in this campaign, the Moors versus Spain. Now, Spain, the advantage is they look stronger from this point of view. Obviously, not looking at the info addicts. Obviously, the Garamantes being in that war doesn't help, but they're not going to contribute too much. Their military is currently about to invade Mercuria by the looks of things, so they should be safe. Maybe Santiago might run into some trouble from the Garamantian navy, but Spain, the problem is they're going to be attacked from two sides. The Moors have got that ability to just sort of pincer in on Madrid as well, while all the units are up in Seville. If they can just send a few units here, block them off, then they can get Madrid taken, and then the Moors have got an easy way of picking off Barcelona, Cordoba, and Seville. So it's going to be tense times in Iberia. This is big. The Moors versus Spain. The Moors and the Garamantes were at war like what 5 turns ago, and they're already teaming up. That is a surprise. Theodora, well done Byzantium. You know, you're keeping up. You're not doing too badly in the industrial era, although you have now been cut off by Greece, which is probably not the best for you, since your capital is near to Russia's, where Russia's more than likely going to expand next. But you know, you'll be fine. This is Russia are putting a lot of units on their western border. I mean, they're leaving their east pretty exposed. It's pretty empty. I mean, Khazar aren't interested too much. They're more interested in fighting Armenia in the Caspian Sea, which probably isn't the best idea. But you know, do you imagine if the Sumer slipped in and took Babylon? That would be huge. Also, Babylon. People are dying in Babylon. Hurry up, Arabia. Get that rifleman in. I know the 2 rivers do make it difficult, but come on. Yeah, but like I said, if the Sumer sneak in, which is all possible, that would be pretty cool. Liverpool settled on this island, middle of nowhere. Well, and also Britain may be going for another bit of Scandinavia. The big wars in Europe at the moment, though, because Babylon is surviving. So the big wars all in Europe, in Iberia, here in central sort of Europe, central Europe, I guess, between Munich. Between Bavaria and the French, and obviously Britain and the coalition against Denmark. Cities all slowly dropping to in the yellows, Zurich's in the green. Going to be interesting to see how this all plays out, and then how is everything. Okay, so there is just lots of damage numbers coming up here, but looks like the Moors are making the first push in this region. But look at this Spanish retaliation towards Granada, and yeah, I mean, if Spain can keep Madrid safe, which they've got to be wary of all these units here. This is where the Moors military is concentrated. The Spanish concentrated now on going for Granada, because if Spain could sort of get themselves into one big blob without being split in half by the Moors, then they could pick the Moors off quite easily in another war very soon, or even in this war. But yeah, they need to pick off Granada, because if not, if they try to go for Cordoba, Granada's just going to be the thorn in the backside. So they're making a smart move, going for Granada as quickly as possible and just trying to hold off the Moors, I guess, from Madrid. Porto is under attack from the Songhai, so they're very... Askia has decided to go all in now. He's decided, yep, if this is how we're gonna do it. We're gonna go very heavy-handed into this, and there we go. The Garamantes, the Mercurian Nabatian swordsmen with the potato chip soldiers are potato chip shields are surviving so far. Thus far. Let's throw thus into the equation. How are Switzerland and Bavaria holding on to these cities? I have no idea. But Hamburg's in the red. That will be next. The Finnish will add to their Western European empire. They're looking good, Finland. If not, a bit spread out, obviously, with these big cities over here. But don't rule out Finland. They're in a bad spot, though, in terms of Russia. But other than that, they are doing fine. Just fine. We're going to get to turn 300 as planned. That is awesome. Exactly turn 300 by the looks of things as well. People we all like to visit. But that is going to be it for this video. As always, if you have enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, comment, maybe even subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. We'll check the info edits next time. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.